fix it was much quicker, and that therefore it didn't allow it to get as bad as it did the Great Depression, just because of not doing anything about it for years. Not to say it's not bad, but it didn't allow it to get as bad.
The dynamic is actually kind of similar, because there was a realignment election in 1930, and like we had the realignment in 2006, and then a presidential election in 32, and we had a presidential election in 2008. And then in 34, there was further gains for the Democrats at that time. And we have now this, what's coming for the election, I don't think anyone can predict. Because, we had Elizabeth Warren show up for Blog Talk Radio, and she's come out and said that 3 out of every 8 FDIC-insured banks are going to crash. That is a mess.
Well, I'm not saying it's not bad. I'm not saying it's not bad. I'm just saying that it's similar, yes, but it's not as bad because we're living in this time. Of course, we think it's pretty bad because we weren't alive during the Depression, so therefore we can't really do a real world comparison and say, well, when I was in 1932 and now we can't do that.
And all has changed.
I mean, all we know is what we've read.
And what's interesting...
But this is what we're living.
Yeah. And what's interesting is that during those years, say, from when Roosevelt took office until the Second World War, you had a level of visceral hatred of him that most presidents didn't have to put up with. That is very similar to the visceral feeling that many people have about Obama. And
in that way, these times are very similar.
Yes.
And I hear a lot of stuff about the late 30s and the militant groups forming. And, think of how the Ku Klux Klan.
I think a lot of people are worried that FDR is finally going to get a second Bill of Rights. I've actually heard that comment a lot. That FDR is finally going to get a second Bill of Rights passed through Obama.
meaning what?
Well, I mean, I saw on YouTube a radio speech made by Roosevelt. He was talking about, pretty much government subsidized healthcare, education, pretty much everything that you see in Europe, Roosevelt pretty much proposed, and it was shot down. I think that's what a lot of people are talking about. This was pretty much known as his second Bill of Rights that he wanted to try to get through, but it never happened.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people are saying that it's going to happen now, or at least Obama's going to try to make it happen now. So,
But if you go back in history, like Roosevelt put in the New Deal, and everything was going wrong. They were helping their citizens at a tough time. Then World War II came, and the economy just took off, and all these social programs just stopped. I was born in Canada, and we were following identical tracks to the Americans. In 45, we continued with our social programs, Medicare and all these other things. Where America said, we don't need all these things. We need more free enterprise, and that's attack. And the two countries just separated. They just went different ways. Where socialism is a dirty word down here, up there it's just another political party.